Thanks. And we are going to call this law of sines. Shh. And today we're only going to do cases of AAS and ASA. Signs. What'd you say?
You ever got a question wrong on this chem test?
But did he learn?
Nope.
Oh.
He didn't completely wrong.
Law of sines. Alright, so first thing you need to know is yesterday, the worksheet that you did, y'all, I'm talking now. The worksheet that you did yesterday was all about right triangles. So every single triangle that you draw should have had a little right angle. If it didn't, it's 1 point off each time. Wait, what? You had to have a square. Because unless you have a right triangle, you cannot do Pythagorean theorem. Unless you have a right triangle, you cannot do SOHCAHTOA. So that had to happen. Now, what if it's not a right triangle? How do you find the missing sides and missing angles? Well, it depends. First of all, I need you to know an oblique triangle is just a non-right triangle. And that means that it is what or what? Acute or obtuse. Okay? You are either, if it's not right, you are either going to use law of sines or law of cosines. So, my law of sines, not sins, sines, you're going to use law of sines when you have a triangle that is AAS. What does AAS stand for? Angle, angle, side. And how do you know a triangle is angle, angle, side?
There's 2 angles and a side.
There's 2 angles and a side. Where is that side? Is it between the angles? Is this S between the 2 A's?
Nope.
So the side is not between the 2 angles. So you have an angle, another angle, and the side not between it. And honestly, the side could be here or here. It just cannot be between it. And that's what angle, angle, side looks like. You can also use law of sines when you have ASA, or what is this? Angle, side, angle, which is 2 angles and a side between. Write that down, please. The last example that we can use law of sines with is side-side angle, SSA. FYI, could I write this as this first one as SAA? Sure, still correct. ASA has to be ASA. Could you write this as ASS? Sure, I'm not going to ever, just for the sake of your parent looking at your notes or somebody looking online. But sure, you do you. Mine will always be SSA. You are grown. I agree.
I'm ready.
And actually, Miss Wiley used to be a pre-cal teacher, so she would know. But anybody else? Yeah, y'all need pre-cal help? Ask Miss Wiley. Miss Wiley, Miss Miller, Miss Cardamone, y'all have so many options. Alright, so what is SSA? 2 sides and an angle. Oop, I did that wrong. An angle what? Not in between. An angle. Golly. I can't spell today. So 2 sides and the angle not between. So what is law of sines? It looks more complicated than it is, I promise. But law of sines is when you take the sine of A, angle A, over side A. And you set it up as a proportion to the sine of angle B over the side B, or the sine of angle C over the side C. As a reminder, this is not a right angle. And your angles always go across from your sides, the corresponding letters. Now, you are not actually going to use both equal signs. So you're either going to use A and C, A and B, or B and C. You're not using all three at any time. Okay? You're setting up a proportion. What questions do I have so far? We okay? Alright, so I normally don't give you step-by-step instructions, but this time I am. So here are the steps I need you to take every time. I might not give you these steps on the instructions, but I expect you to do them every time. So even if I don't tell you, step 1, I expect you to draw a triangle and label it. Even if it does not say in the problem, I will give you points for this. Step 2, you are going to need to determine the case type. What do I mean, determine the case type? Is it AAS? Is it ASA? Is it SSA? What if it's AAA? Well, I'm not going to give you AAA. What if it's SSS? Okay, we'll get to that next week. But determine the case type. And step 3, if your case type is ASA or AAS, you are going to apply the law of sines and solve. Now we are going to do 3 examples, and then we're done for today. And here is example 1. I'm going to give you A, B, and lowercase a, and I want you to find everything else to this triangle. What do I do first? Draw your triangle. Now, your triangle may or may not look like my triangle. It does not matter where you put the letters. I usually put A right here and B up here. But if you were to do this a different way, you could still get the right answer. I'm going to label what I know. So I know 40 degrees. I know 60 degrees. And I know the letter A is 4 inches. What would be the easiest thing to find first? How do I find angle C? Add them up and subtract from 180. I know I'm going to do 180 minus 40 plus 60. What's 40 plus 60? Minus 180. Angle C is 80 degrees. Does everybody in here feel confident about that? Cool. We got something. Now what else do I need to find? Okay, we need to determine the case type. What case type is this with what I've been given? I have an angle. Is the side between or not? Nope. So I have angle, side. You need to have that case type written somewhere on every single problem. Because it's angle, side, I can now do law of sines. So y'all look up. I want to show you how to do this. For law of sines, you are going to be choosing 2 of these proportions. You're not doing all 3. You should only have 1 equal sign. Okay? You always want to choose the proportion that gives you both angle and side. So what do I have both of here? A. I have the angle A and the side A. So my first proportion is going to be the sine of 40 over 4 equals, what do you want to find now? Let's find B down here. B is going to be the sine of 60, and I don't know what little b is, so I'm just going to put a little b. And I solve. How do I solve this? Cross multiply. I'm going to cross multiply. That's going to give me b sine of 40 equals 4 sine of 60. Cross multiply. And then what? Isolate b. How do I get b by itself? Divide. They are multiplying, so we have to do the opposite and divide. So b is going to equal 4 sine of 60 over sine of 40. You must show your proportion. You must show me some type of work, and then you can give me the answer. This unit, your calculator needs to be in degrees the entire time. When you go in, it will automatically set to radians. Please, please, please change that to degrees. All right, and then I am just going to write this out. I always like to hit the divided by sign first just to get that. And so we have 4 sine of 60 over sine of 40, right? Over sine of 40. And what is my answer for B? Oh, we're going to round, for sides we round 2 decimal places. For angles we only round 1 decimal place. So 5.39. So B equals 5.39 inches. Questions? All right. So we found B, 5.39. How do we find side C? We're literally going to do the exact same thing, except this time we're going to be using C. I still am going to be using 40 and 4. All right? I'm still going to use that one, Somebody last period, they said, well, Miss Olivares, could I use 60 and 5.39? Like, honestly, you could, but it's rounded. I don't want you to get a wrong answer because you're rounding. So now I need to find C. So what's my other side of the proportion going to be? Sine of 80 over C. Cross multiply. And divide. Is that the only difference? Yeah. And what is my answer? 6.13 inches. What questions do I have? If it is AAS or ASA, yes. Oh, no. Good thing you asked. Can I change this? By the way, the last day to drop this class is Monday.
Yes, if you were dropping.
If you drop this class, you go to pre-cal.
Okay. What period is that?
Right now, with Ms. Gandhi. You'll get Ms. Gandhi. L. You drop to L if you drop DC.
Oh, I would take that.
We good? Okay. You got it, Ava? You good? Are you sure? Alright. Example 2. I'm going to let you do this one on your own. I'll walk around. Example 2 tells you A is 35 degrees, B is 15 degrees, and C is 5 feet. I want you to find B. So this is more like what you're going to be asked on the test. Instead of having you find everything, I'm just going to ask you for the one thing. So go do your 3 steps and solve.
Was that answering my question?
Yes. You are not always going to. Yep.
We don't have a calculator.
You have a Chromebook, Desmos. You will be getting Desmos for this test.
It's a good question.
Yes. Make sure you're in degrees if you're pulling out your Chromebook.
When we graduate.
When do you graduate?
Use it for after.
In 2 years? A year and a half? Don't rush your youth.
I want to be 60 years old.
You want to be? No, you don't. Everything hurts. Everything hurts at 30.
That's what we say. Everybody hurts more.
What formula thing? What'd you get for angle C?
1.69.
No.
Oh, angle C, 130.
Okay. I was like, that is not what you should have gotten. You had to find angle C to do this. Is anybody absent? Again, make sure that you are in degree mode, please. Look up to check your work with my work. What did y'all get for your answer?
1.69 feet. I said feet. I said feet. Yes. I said feet.
Do I have any questions about this? No? Okay, we are going to do example 3 yourselves. I'm going to give everybody, I see some people writing, so I'm going to give everybody a chance to finish. And example 3 is actually a word problem. Oh!
That's not a word problem in the math lab. You do word problem straight to the feet, right? All the math labs. All the math labs. What is it? It's easy.
Alright, kiddo, please look up. Word problem is an Earth orbiting satellite is passing An Earth orbiting satellite is passing between the Oak Ridge Laboratory in Tennessee and the Langley Research Center in Virginia, which are 446 miles apart. If the angles of elevation to the satellite from the Oak Ridge and Langley facilities are 58 degrees and 72 degrees respectively, how far is the satellite from each station? So, how would you draw this? You don't have ChatGPT on the test. How would you draw this picture? Draw a triangle. Do y'all agree I had a satellite up in the sky?
Yes.
Okay, and do you agree down on the ground I have my Oak Ridge Laboratory, and then what was the other one? Langley. I have my Langley Laboratory. Do y'all agree they're both on the ground?
Yes.
How far apart are they from each other?
446. Wait, is that right?
So 446 miles. And then what did it tell me about my angles of elevation? It told me...
52 and 78.
Oh, backwards. Okay, how do I know which one goes with which? It's ordered in the word problem. Oak Ridge and Langley, so 52 and 70, 58 and 72. So with Oak Ridge, it is going to be 58 degrees, and Langley is going to be 72 degrees. Can you figure out how far? We'll say the distance from the satellite to Oak Ridge is X, and the satellite to Langley is Y. Can you find X and Y?
Yes.
Go. Alright, so you have to find that angle S first so that you can set up your first proportion. So I got sine of 50 over 446, is that right? And then the opposite one, angle goes with the side. So sine of 58 goes with y, sine of 72 goes with x. Cross multiply, and then divide, and you get y equals when you put that in the calculator, what did y'all get?
Y is equal to 493.74 miles.
493 point what?
74.
493.74 miles. And you're going to do the same thing. All you have to really change in your calculator is the 58 is going to become what? And I get 553.72 miles. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make you write in complete sentences like college algebra. But if it tells you to write a complete sentence, could you? I hope so. A complete sentence starts with the capital letter, has punctuation at the end. So like Oak Ridge is how far from the satellite?
The method is like, take the question.
Okay. Restate the question. There you go. All right. What questions do I have? Oh, wait. Any questions? Okay.